I thank you for your leadership and your years of friendship. And to Secretary Treasurer McBride, members of the Executive Board, and to the nearly 1.5 million working members and retirees of AFSCME, thank you for your service to our nation. I am so proud to have the support of AFSCME. And you know, we have a fight ahead of us, and I am confident we will win. I know the members of this union, from sanitation workers and custodians to firefighters and EMTs to social workers and nurses. As public service workers, you do some of the most noble and selfless work a person can do. And I know for each of you, your work is more than a profession. It is a calling. It is about making our communities healthier, safer, and stronger. And it is about lifting people up. You know, over the past several years, there's been this perverse thing happening, which is that some folks would suggest the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down, instead of what we know, which is that the true measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you lift up. And for more than 90 years, the members of AFSCME have helped to lift up the people of our nation. You have organized for fair pay, better benefits, and safer working conditions. And every person in our nation has benefited from your work. Everywhere I go, I tell people, you may not be a union member, but you should thank unions for the 5-day work week and for sick leave, paid family leave, and vacation time. Unions have always fought to build a brighter future for our nation. And that fight, I know, is born out of love. We love our country, and we know the highest form of patriotism is to fight for the ideals of our country. We fight for the promise of America, a promise of freedom, opportunity, and justice, not just for some, but for all. In this moment, we face a choice, however, between two different visions for our nation. One focused on the future, the other focused on the past. We fight for the future, a future with affordable health care, affordable child care, and paid leave. A future where we build a broad-based economy where every person, every American has the opportunity to own a home, to start a business, and to build wealth. And a future where we lower the cost of living for America's families so that folks have a chance not just to get by, but to get ahead. And while our economy is doing well by many measures, prices for everyday things like groceries are still too high. When I was Attorney General, I went after price-fixing schemes. And with your support, I will continue to take on big corporations that engage in illegal price gouging, corporate landlords that unfairly raise rents on working families, and take on big pharma and cap the cost of prescription drugs for all Americans. Unlike Donald Trump, I will always put the middle class and working families first, because I know the middle class built the United States of America. And when the middle class is strong, America is strong. But as we fight to move our nation forward, Donald Trump and his allies intend to take us backward. Just look at their Project 2025 agenda. Project 2025 is a full-on attack on working families and the freedom to organize. Project 2025 would cut overtime pay for workers across our nation, end child labor protections, and even ban public sector unions. All of this on top of Donald Trump's plans to cut Social Security and Medicare, to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations, and to end the Affordable Care Act, and take us back to a time when insurance companies had the power to deny people with pre-existing conditions. AFSCME, America has tried these failed policies before, and we are not going back. We will move forward. We fight for a future where every worker, including those in the public sector, has the freedom to organize. And so we will pass the PRO Act and the Public Service Freedom to Negotiate Act, which I was proud to co-sponsor as a United States Senator. And we will end union busting once and for all. We fight for a future where every senior can retire with dignity. And so we will continue to defend Social Security, Medicare, and pensions. AFSCME, I believe when you know what you stand for, you know what to fight for. We stand for the dignity of work. We stand for opportunity. We stand for freedom. And so we will continue to fight to build a brighter future for the working families of our nation. And when we fight, we God bless you and God bless the United States of America.
Yesterday we heard from Governor Walz. He did a great speech, I believe, and he laid out an agenda for the future. And we just heard from Vice President Kamala Harris. Now it's up to us. It's up to us to do everything we can to mobilize, educate, and organize our communities across the country to get the job done. And that job is to make sure that Kamala Harris becomes President of the United States and Tim Walz becomes Vice President of the United States.